The thing that really bothers me about this whole Joe Biden pardoning Hunter Biden thing is not that he pardoned Hunter Biden, it's that he didn't also pardon tens of thousands of nonviolent drug offenders. Obviously, the prosecution of Hunter Biden was political because in no other universe would conservatives or Republicans go after anyone because they didn't fill out a form correctly or paid their taxes on time. Like, they don't want to pay taxes at all. Because I'm telling you, they do not want to set that precedent. Really? You want to set that precedent when it comes to firearms? Half the conservatives would be in jail. Also, part of this is just that they hate addicts, okay? Like, conservatives despise addicts. They don't look at it as a disease, something that needs to be treated. They look at it as a moral failing. Which, by the way, so did Joe Biden until his son went through it. He was the one that crafted the crime bill in the 90s. Go back and look at the way he talked about addicts on the floor of the Senate. And listen, I'm all about people being able to change, but the problem is he hasn't. He's only doing this for his son. He had the opportunity during his administration to change the schedule of many of the drugs from Schedule 1, and he didn't do that at all for any of them. He hasn't pardoned any of the nonviolent drug offenders. So it's just the typical elite, powerful, wealthy person doing what they can for themselves and their own families and not doing anything to help anybody else, using their power to only help themselves and not other people. And then he's all, I'm sure everybody would understand my decision as a father. No. You don't get to play the father card anymore after you've overseen the wiping out of generations of entire families in Gaza. It's not that he pardoned him, it's that what about all the other people? What about all the other people? What about all the nonviolent drug offenders? What about people like Julian Assange? Why didn't you pardon him? Julian Assange should have never been persecuted or prosecuted in the first place. If you don't know the story of Julian Assange and how the United States government tried to kill him and ruin his life, like, you need to learn about what happened to Julian Assange. Same thing with Edward Snowden. Edward Snowden is an American citizen who has been living some the fuck where in Russia, okay, for the last, 12, 13 years, has not been able to come home, has not been able to see his family, nothing. All because he exposed the lies of our government. The lies of our government and the spying on the American people that our government was doing under the guise of protecting us. And he can't step foot in the United States. And listen, I'm not disagreeing that Joe Biden is a corrupt piece of shit, obviously, but who I don't want to hear it from is the right wing, okay? That's who I don't want to hear from. I don't care that you guys are butthurt about this when Trump not only pardoned Jared Kushner's dad, he pardoned Roger Stone after he committed crimes. He pardoned Steve Bannon after Steve Bannon ripped you guys off. How embarrassing for you. Steve Bannon literally stole money from the We Build the Wall project. All money given by Trump supporters. He stole money from you guys and then pardoned the criminal. And you guys were like, okay, we're fine with being ripped off as long as our base daddy does it. The list of criminals that Trump pardoned on his way out the door is insane. The people you don't know the names of. He pardoned so many criminals. The list is incredibly long. People who committed SA, people who committed insane corruption crimes that should actually be in jail. Trump was just writing out pardons. Hand them out like candy on Halloween, okay? So who I definitely don't want to hear these crocodile tears from about the rule of law and how unfair it is are Trump supporters, okay? You guys can shut the fuck up.